And just give me a minute. I put this live on Facebook as well. So just give me 1 second. Let me just get that going. Welcome to the day 3 of the 3-day wealth challenge. It's been an exciting couple of days. And it's even more exciting for me because as we're in this process, I'm doing deals. That's part of the strategy is to do deals. So give me a minute here and we're going to get started. We're zooming on live on Zoom. I want to make sure everything is working right. Yes, we're good. We're good. All right. Yeah. So welcome everybody to day 3 of the 3-day wealth challenge. This is your host, Lorna Sherland. I am a female entrepreneur coach. And what I do most of my time is to help female entrepreneurs to create time and money freedom. Just in case you're new to me, and you don't know who I am, that's what I do. And I'm also a business strategist and a real estate broker and a real estate investor. So I'm excited that you are all here today. Excited that even if you missed the last couple of days, you're going to be able to go back into the Facebook group, go in and I'm going to put the link in the chat, go back and join our Facebook group. And we'll be excited to have you over there just to join us on this journey. I call it the freedom wealth, the freedom lifestyle for a reason. Because here's what I know. You are looking for freedom. Can I get a yes? Put it in the chat. Yes or no? You're looking for freedom. Guess how I know that? Because we are human beings. We were born to be free, actually born to be rich. So here's the deal. I would love some participation today. I'm going to bring on an amazing success strategist here today, Rhonda Farrell, and she is okay, so if you know me, right, I don't only hang around people who are passionate about what they're doing. I only hang around people who are passionate about helping others to step into their greatness. So that's who Rhonda is. So I'm excited for her to share with you simple things that are going to tie in everything that we discussed from Wednesday until now. We're going to talk again. I'm sure she's going to talk about growth mindset. That's what I started with on Wednesday. I am sure she's going to talk about the abundance mindset. That's what I started with on Monday. I am also sure she's going to talk about intentionality. Okay. You want to hear a secret? When we decided to do this, I actually didn't know what her deck looked like. And it just aligned, right? So here's what I know. You are here because you are aligned with us and what we are intending for you to experience in your life from now until the end of this year and beyond. But here's the decision you get to make is that it doesn't get to be the same. It does not get to be the same. You get to decide that there's something different that gets to happen in your life to move you closer to freedom, closer to the wealth that you define what that is, right? And closer to the lifestyle that you desire. You get to define it. It's time we stop living life by design, by default. It is just absolute time. And I'm going to be a stand for you to be that for yourself. So whatever wealth looks like to you, you get to decide that. And then you get to share it so that we can hold you accountable. So the days when you think that you cannot, here's the thing, guys. I hang around a lot of millionaires, and guess what? They're human beings just like me, just like you. They have human instincts that they get the thoughts that they don't want to do things. But here's the difference. They are powerful with making consistent, persistent decisions towards the goal. So I want to invite you into grabbing a pen and paper right now and take a minute just to write one thing. I'm going to ask you the question again and write down one thing. Whatever comes up, don't filter it. What's the one thing that will change for you today when you leave this final day of this challenge? The one thing. Whatever comes up, just write it down. One thing. Because you don't want to be just attending all these seminars just to attend them. Again, I said we are aligned for a reason. You came here for a reason. You're either in my community or you're in Rhonda's community, but you're here for a reason. You're here to hear something that gets to shift you to make a different decision, to move you towards your goal, to move you towards what you say you want, to move you towards what you've been journeying after for all this time. All right. I could be in a soapbox around this. And I want to share with you just to set context for what's going to happen for this session that we are here together. We're going to be here for just around another 55 minutes. I'm going to introduce Rhonda. She's going to go through her talk with you around being intentional, talking about abundance and how you get to shift your mindset, your intention, and all that. And then when Rhonda is complete, I'm going to come back in and wrap it all up with a few things around real estate that you get to know. If you're in real estate, put it in the chat. If you're already invested in real estate, put it in the chat so that I know that who you are and I know how to really guide the conversation. If you're already invested in real estate, put it in the chat. If you're not invested in real estate, I will move through just the basics of how to get involved in real estate and share with you a couple of things that are important that you get to know going in. Okay, so I'm going to end the 3-day challenge on that. And of course, I'm going to make an offer, guys. I'm going to make an offer for you. If you just think that I'm the person who's going to support you with that, I'm going to invite you into a program that will allow you to set yourself up for success, starting from ground zero, building the foundation to make a decision on what real estate investing will look like for you in the next 1 year. So it's a 1-year program, and I'll be making that offer at the end. All right. So before further ado, I don't see anything in the chat. So does that mean that nobody here is invested in real estate? And let me just check Facebook. Give me 1 second. If you attend these webinars, you know that this is how this works. I don't see anything in the chat. So I'm going to go through and start with the basics. Okay, so before further ado, I want to introduce this Spitfire here. I love her passion for entrepreneurs. She herself is an entrepreneur. She's a CEO of Global Innovation Strategies. She's a strategic planner. She's an organizational developer. She's a performance coach. Pretty much what that means, guys, is that Rhonda will hold your feet to the fire. Right, Rhonda? So I'm excited that you're here because this is what it takes, right? People, I think, have a misnomer. Let's get into a conversation. Ted, I'm gonna, if you want me to save the chat, I'll share that with you in a minute, okay? People are under the misnomer that wealth building is easy, right? And I think that there's a thought process that, you know, it doesn't take any amount of work. And it does, guys. It does. So Rhonda is one of those people who, when you decide, you know, this is how I keep saying the word decide, because it's a word that nobody thinks of, but it's so important. When you decide what you want, her job is to keep you on task. Her job is to keep you in the game. when the days and you don't want to be in the game. So before further ado, let me introduce Rhonda Farrell, who is gonna give you fire to, like she says, unleash you for the next 6 months of this year and beyond. Rhonda, welcome to the third day of the Freedom Wealth Challenge.
Lorna, you are an angel, and I hope everybody on the line just recognizes the power and the expertise and the opportunity that you're bringing today. And I am so very grateful for the opportunity to share with you the message of infinite possibility. So as Lorna shared, I'm Dr. Rhonda Farrell, CEO of Global Innovation Strategies, also known as the Success Strategist. And Lorna nailed it, right? What we need to do to become the person that is unfolding is work on our mindset. We can't get to greater impact, greater revenues, greater wealth, greater abundance without an understanding that we have to shift first, and all the rest of that follows. And infinite possibilities is a framework to help you unleash and overcome any abundance blocks that you have in any area of your life. The first thing I want to talk to you all about is, where might you be feeling sick when we haven't shifted all the way, or when we're striving to reach that next level of wealth and health and love and abundance and revenues and impact? We're probably going to feel a stuckness or some constraints in one or more area of our life. So for those on the line today, can you help me? Raise your hand or put in the chat. Is it health that might be signaling that where there's some place out of alignment in your life right now? Maybe you're feeling less than energetic or less than vital, or you're just not feeling the overall well-being that you want to be feeling. Just let Lorna know in the chat.
Okay, so I want to interrupt you for just one quick second, Rhonda, just to talk to the people who are here. Here's the deal, guys. If you don't tell us what you're hearing or feeling, it's kind of hard for us to support you. So I'm going to invite you, whatever is coming up for you, when Rhonda asks a question, put it in the chat. What is coming up for you? It's support. We are here to support your journey, right? So that helps us to know where you are, so that you're not here listening to something that doesn't support you. That's like doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, right? So I'm going to invite you to put in the chat what is coming up for you. Where do you feel stuck? If you don't feel stuck, say you don't feel stuck. That's great, right? But at least she'll know where to go from there. All right? Is that a deal? Yes? Awesome.
Yeah, I think for most entrepreneurs, if we talk to most entrepreneurs and most leaders, they're going to say that they feel stuck or constrained or experiencing issues around one or more of these areas, because your life is a holistic picture of where you are at currently. So we talked earlier about, Lorna talked earlier about performance. Well, if you work backwards, it's really a three-legged stool that helps us understand what creates abundance. We need clarity, we need alignment to be able to move into performance. And then, as you know, we need to set the mental baseline before we can create the physical manifestation that turns into wealth and abundance in all areas. So do we have any respondents? If not, I'll talk to a story. Lorna.
Yeah, I don't see anybody saying, oh, Jennifer says she feels stuck in the wealth area.
Very good. And so this is one of, thank you so much, Lorna, and thank you so much,
And
Jennifer.
thank you,
So
Jennifer.
why does this matter, right? Because that's typically, right, if we are not clear, we are not in alignment, then performance especially is going to show up in the wealth, right? We have multiple different ways that we could look at this, right? We can look at 7 figures and beyond scaling, as Lorna talked about, right? How do we move to millionaire and beyond? We could also look at this from a holistic aspect as far as aligning to your purpose, right? So when we're not clear or when we're not in alignment, health, wealth, career, and relationships are going to have a little bit of a rocky road as far as our experience. And what that tells us is it's a great signal that we not only have the opportunity, but there's an imperative for us to rethink how we're approaching and how we're doing things to be able to rise above, beyond, and scale into what's possible. 7 figures and beyond is our baseline. Our continuum could be to 2x you, 5x you, 10x you, 50x you, 100x you from where you are today. No matter where you are along your continuum, the good thing is you can scale into affinity. It's really all about you, your mindset, your vision, and the tools and the people that you're going to put in your toolkit and on your team to help you achieve what's possible. So as we share with our teams, we can't get from 0 to 100 until we can get you to envision that, until we can get you to put a plan together, until we can set you into motion towards that. So when we think about thoughts become things, we're taking it the art and science of being able to shift your mind. So let's go back to Jennifer. Jennifer, if you had your druthers, what do you want to be earning in the future? Do you want a millionaire? Do you want to be a billionaire? Do you share with us what's your end goal, at least as far as you can envision today?
Hello, everyone. Yeah, a millionaire would be great at the moment.
Okay, there we go. So Jennifer, that's it. Thank you for putting that, as a baseline for you. So now I'm going to ask you the questions. If now we know thoughts become things, how many places, in how many ways are you signaling to yourself that you are a millionaire? And when I say that, do you have a vision board? Do you have a tagline? Do you have a business? Do you have content that all tells that stories? Are you telling your friends? Are you telling your family? Are you involved with groups and people that are already in that strata that you basically can associate with so that you feel like a millionaire?
For the most part, no. But I have a beautiful home on a golf course with water. I mean, my dream home, which we built from scratch. My business isn't doing as well as I'd want it to, but I know it's actually down to me. I'm just not taking action.
Thank you. And so Jennifer, so it sounds like threefold. You know, you have the desire, you want to have this impact, you want to realize that level of wealth. And now it's up to us to shift internal. So if we look at something called the big leap, right? We could go back to Gay Hendricks and his wife. They have something called an upper limit problem. We can only grow to our upper limit, and then we have to reset our thermostat for wealth, for health, for abundance, right? So when we talk about this inside out work, we can't just snap our fingers and get to 1 million and get to 1 billion, right? We have to live, we have to be a millionaire, and then it will happen. And to Lorna's point, it doesn't have to be uber difficult, right? The hardest part is demagnetizing you from all of the ways you're resisting abundance and wealth to remagnetize yourself to attract the opportunity, the situation, the people that are going to enable you to achieve that wealth. So thoughts become things. So much like learning, we want to see it, we want to say it, we want to feel it, we want to live it. So we have to put things in place. Think of this as bringing your vision to life. We need a picture, a digital picture, a paper picture. We need words. I am a millionaire. I am such and such, the millionaire money maker. In Lorna's case, she's a millionaire or billionaire real estate consultant, right? Each one of us has who they are and how they are going to associate their wealth and abundance with that persona. And it could be across many. You're not the one thing I would really like for each of us to understand is our lives are a portfolio. There's family, there are friends, there is career, there's many other ways to build a balanced portfolio of investments, etc. And the different kinds we choose to put in our portfolio is up to us. What matters most, what's aligned to our purpose, what we're built for, what we care about. And that might change over time, depending on where we are with regard to understanding what drives us, the impact we want to make, and the ways we want to monetize the way we're bringing those gifts into the world. So thoughts become things. 3+ different ways for you to live into being a millionaire. And it starts with I am. Next is the formula for breakthrough abundance. Again, going back, we need to have clarity, then we need to get into alignment, and then we're going to be experiencing life experiences. If I could ask one thing for everyone on the line, if you feel you already have a belief that you can be or are a millionaire and or a billionaire, raise your hand.
Raise your digital hand. We don't have to see your face. Raise your digital hand. Or put in the chat, I am.
There we go. And that's the start of it. So now let's work from there, because, right, if we don't have the belief, and if we are not consistently thinking the thoughts, we cannot experience it in our life. So I'm going to invite you today, right now, to take your journal, to take your notepad, to digit your OneNote, whatever that looks like for you, and just take 30 seconds and offer yourself the gift of what your new beliefs are around wealth and abundance. So I am a millionaire, a billionaire. I am achieving X in the world. I am living my best life. I am, to Lorna's point, I am serving the real estate community and positively allowing them to 10x, 50x, 100x, whatever that looks like for you. But that's the beginning. Those statements, I am, and your beliefs is the mindset that and provides the basis for you to be able to launch, to leapfrog into your next state, right? Once we have the belief, right, we have the thought that we want to turn into our life experience, we need to build the bridges, because we can't say that once and believe it, have that be embodied in our mind and our spirit and our actions. Like Jennifer said, I have that, I did one thing, but the rest of my life, I'm not infusing those beliefs. I'm not infusing those thoughts. I'm not reinforcing what I really want to be achieving. And then because of that, I lose steam and then I don't take action, right? So I did the thing, but now the thing is done and I haven't built and used as ability to leapfrog forward, right? So think about this. Every move you make, you get to decide, is the next move a 2x? Is the next move a 5x? Is the next move a 10x? Is the next move a 10x? So I'll invite you, the big leap, There's another thing. There's another book by Dan Sullivan. It's easier to 10x than 2x. What does that mean? What it really means for you is today, if you know you want to 10x your life, 50x your life, or 100x your life, you're going to have to let go of anything in your mind, thought-wise, any behaviors, any actions that you're taking that's going to disallowing you from crossing that chasm into your who you can be 10x. But what does that do? That gets you into thinking, how can I do that? A 2x is an easy move. It's a something you could do through, let's just call it continuous improvement. I want to get 0.0000001% better today, and you'll eventually get to 2x. But to get to 10x beyond what you are today is going to force you to make a mindset shift. It's going to force you to make a belief set. It's going to force you to rethink, and it's going to help you let go and prune of anything that is no longer serving you. To say hello to your future, you have to say goodbye to something that's no longer serving you, but not with sadness, not with a sense of agony, but with the sense of excitement, with the sense of momentum, with the sense of welcoming. Because for every new thought, every new vision, every new level you allow yourself in, you're going to be able to help more people, impact more people, monetize at a greater level, and do greater things in the world. So it's expansion, it's growth, it's learning, and most of all, you're doing it with more and more and more like-minded people. So take those beliefs that you wrote down, and I invite you now, how could you schedule in your day 1 to 5 minutes to ponder those beliefs? How can you wrap some supporting thoughts around, I am a millionaire, I'm a rock star millionaire, I'm a rock star real estate consultant and entrepreneur, I am whatever that looks like for you, aligned to your purpose, aligned to your passion, aligned to that new 10x. Then I want you to just carve out 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the middle, 5 minutes at the end, open, mid, close. We want to bookend, because what we're doing here is we're shifting your mindset, and we need to do this every day. Remember, we have a thermostat, and if we don't keep and moving that thermostat up, we're going to fall right back down to where we are. We don't want that to happen to you. We want you not only to take the big leap, we want you to go higher and higher and higher. So the thoughts that we're thinking, there are a plethora. You can play Lorna's recording, you can play YouTube videos, you can work with coaches and consultants and people that and create a team that's constantly going to push you forward, that's going to motivate you, that's going to ensure that you're accountable for that day. Because you know what, you get one day, one opportunity to make that the best, biggest, most impactful day of your life. And every day when we wake up, we get to do that again and again and again. It's your opportunity. It's what you commit to. It's what you surround yourself with, which is going to enable the heights that you're ultimately going to reach. Beliefs, you wrote it. Thoughts, you're living it. Life experiencing, you're putting it into action, and it's flowing, and you're attracting it, right? So we're going to get to, how can I get from 0 to 100? How do I really go about putting and attract these life experiences? So you see in the bottom, the belief, right? I want to shift. I am a millionaire, right? Now we need to get you a chasm from where you are to where you're going to. I am a billionaire. Move you over the chasm to where you're going. So it has to come from within. It has to be surrounded with your thoughts, and it's in spite of you. You can't draw the level of wealth from what we call stinking thinking, by thinking I'm not that and I'm not achieving. We have to move to the place of I am. I am, I can, I'm willing, I've decided, I'm committed, I'm taking massive action. That's the recipe for success. So what do we do when we're along this journey and we're moving from beliefs to thoughts to life experiences? We're going to give you the gift of learning to listen to yourself. You, in your health, in your wealth, in your emotions, in your mental framework, in your body, is going to instantly know where you're on track and where you're off track. And so we're going to invite you in those bookends in the morning, at noon, and night to do just a little bit of reflection. What did I experience yesterday? How did that feel? Did I have the right people at the table? Did I achieve the outcomes and the goals? Did I do that in a way where everyone got a win-win-win? Am I moving the ball forward? Am I creating more abundance? And so you're going to take a little bit of a post-day check-in for yourself. What went right? Then you're going to go through and say, what signal did I not listen to, right? Because the things you didn't act on is one of the thing you didn't listen to and the thing you didn't act on is one of the most important things to help you 10x the current day, right? So when you go back and say, I felt this feeling, or my body told me this thing, or, I was in this situation and I wasn't feeling it, right? It's going to tell you either wrong seat, wrong table, wrong partner, wrong thing. And you're going to instantly in that day be able to make a pivot to remedy that, so you can recalibrate and say, is this, now I'm going to retry this, or I'm going to relook at this. What is the different aspects of my life telling me? Is this expansive? Is this exciting? Is this filled with joy? Is this helping me in my momentum? So again, morning, we take a snapshot, relook at our prior day. We get an understanding of where we might need to pivot, what we might need to do. We then put that into action with our existing on the current day. And at night we close, right? So midday, we do a check-in and we re-energize and get our momentum back up to finish the day strong. In the evening, we don't want to rehash what happened. We want to do that fresh. But what we want to do is we want to let everything grow. So when we come at things from a place of abundance, we need to instill gratitude. We need to instill thankfulness. We need to really be in appreciation for every single thing and every single event that we got to experience in that day, because then we know we're either going to amplify it given in our next morning's reflection, or we're just going to let it go and we're going to pivot. But helping you release that, so overnight you can recommit to your IMs. We want to reread our IMs and re-bolster the positive thoughts of abundance and expansion before we go to sleep, so that to seed that through the evening into the next morning to help amplify you and drive to expansion. So I invite you today, over the weekend, in the next week, take time to listen to yourself. What is your body telling you? What is your mind telling you? What is your gut telling you? What is your intuition telling you? What is a new dream or a new opportunity or a new innovation that you thought of that you can take action on? Don't lose those. If anything, I invite you to have a journal by your bed, or a journal when you're doing your morning and evening bookend, because that's at the point in time where you're letting everything go and you're allowing in new opportunities to help move you forward. So I invite you to listen more. I invite you to ask. You can ask your community, you can ask the universe, you can ask yourself, what new idea, new innovation, new thing could I possibly create that drives me, gets me further, faster towards the impact and revenue and wealth goal I have for my family, my business, and writ large. And then again, listen, then be just, I want you to know that you're going to be astounded. You're going to be astounded with the people that enter your life through serendipity, with the messages, with the opportunities, with the partnerships, with the stages, with the events, with the book deals, with the programs, with the partnerships, with the collaborations, because every time that little bit of serendipity happens, it's because you drove that from your beliefs into your thoughts, the massive action that you're taking. So the more you learn to listen to what you truly want, the more you learn to listen as to what's that next step, the more you put that into action, the easier it is for the thing you need to show up exactly in your life when you need it the most. So I will open it up just right now. Over the course of these last 3 days with Laura, how many people have an instinct, a hunch, an intuition, or some serendipity that's happening to help further your dreams and desire? Did you hear something? Did you see something? Did you learn something that you said, that's exactly what I need. That's exactly where I'm at. That's exactly where I want to be going to help me take my life to the next level of wealth and abundance. Hopefully you did. Hopefully it was often, and hopefully that will happen more and more and more often as you learn to strengthen those skills. So again, now we need to understand, as we're moving forward into momentum, you are no longer in stasis. You are no longer static. You are this dynamic, growing, wealth building, abundance seeking target, laser, right? That aiming for your target of revenue and impact and win-win-win outcomes. So what happens is you're learning about yourself. You're learning about your path. You're learning about what drives you, the greatest joy, the greatest fulfillment, that sparks the fire, that ignites you and your life rocket. And so we need to understand, how do we put that into context? What do we have if who I thought I was and what I was doing isn't amplifying the joy? How do I pivot, be able to 10x, 50x, 100x? And that's really to give yourself the gift and the opportunity of aligning to your purpose. You know, there are multiple ways to approach this, but the easy way is, what happened in the first third of your life that was so darned important that it just is the fire in your belly? Why is it in the second and third parts of your life that you are moving out and creating momentum around that, or it continues a pattern of someplace where you're struggling? So if we go back in our first third, we're going to have events, circumstances, environmental things that are influencing us, and it's going to move to the second third and the third third to where you are presently. I want you to go back to that first time, that first pivot point, that first shift. What happened? How did you feel? How can you leverage that for what gifts you're going to be bringing to the world today? Because that's the biggest, one of the biggest indicators of where your passion and purpose is, because it has such a physiological impact on your body and your mind and your mental well-being. So I invite you to not, I don't want you to regress and clean up. I want you to just to identify the first major shift and pivot point that ever occurred in your life. What was happening, and how do you then connect the dots between how you can create wealth, massive wealth, and impact from that, because that is often the indicator of the springboard you can harness to move not only yourself forward, but your whole community of like-minded peoples forward too. And how do we do that? We use tools such as Ikigai. I invite you to Google Ikigai Roadmap. It's basically a way of helping you understand where passion, purpose, economic reality, and manifestation all intersect, so that you can bring your best gifts to life. And then we move to joy, because when we understand our context, then we understand clarity and alignment, then we can move to performance. And that performance is now through purpose and passion. And ultimately what that does is drive more joy. You'll often see, to get from where you are to 2x feel stressful and hard, because we're not amplifying and harnessing the gifts. We're not moving to excellence. We're not moving to the greatest that we can be. We're not maximizing our gift. But when we harness our context, we understand our unique purpose and the thing that we, not only that we are bringing, but that we need to bring to the world. That's when the joy starts. And a 10x and a 50x and 100x is filled with joy, because you are removing, you are pruning, you are letting go of anything that doesn't feel like that, doesn't get you there, doesn't scale. So again, it's an exercise in clarity, it's an exercise in alignment. It helps you perform better, but also the most important thing of abundance and wealth is that it's something called happy money, happy careers, happy outcomes, because you are living your true dream. So how do we get from where we are to where we want to be? We use indicators. We use, again, going back to clarity and alignment. We want to understand, where is the electricity? Where is the excitement? What resonates with us the most? Because if it resonates with us, we're going to find a way to package it, to market it, to share it with the world in such a way that it resonates and amplifies with all of the people that we want to be serving. Then we need to take expansive action. We found the path, found our purpose. We've set the beliefs. We are thinking the thoughts. Now we're moving it into exponential action, because we're listening. We're learning to listen. We're learning to allow in the universe's opportunities. We're learning to say yes to our dream and to our vision every day. We're learning to ask ourselves every night, to plant the seeds. What's the next step I can take? What can I put into action? Who can I reach to? Who can come into my world to help me achieve this next thing I'm trying to do? And then we move to the hardest place of all at first, until you get the swing of things, and then you're going to love it. No resistance. We come up on a day, we wanted an outcome to be X. We got Y. Not a happy day if we think in normal thinking, but we're going to turn that on its head, because we're going to say, anytime we don't get the thing we think we wanted, jump for joy, because you're not only going to get that, you're going to get something so much more. The universe never delivers less than what you deserve, and it can 10x, 50x, and 100x your life in a snap of your fingers. Every time you don't get what you think you wanted, jump for joy, because around the corner is something, a life so much better you can't even have imagined it yet. And that's why you didn't take that other path. Every time, don't get discouraged. Move to a place of praise, of celebration, because right around the corner is going to be the best new light, new level of vision that you're not even going to believe. So if you set your sights for 10 and you wanted 10, the universe might say, nope, you can go to 50, you can go to 100. I know you can. So I'm going to bring you something better still. So again, please don't go to a place of discouragement. Please don't go to a place of despair. Please don't go up, and please don't stop. That's exactly at the point in time when you're right around the corner from having your quantum leap, and you just celebrate for joy and move into that with faith and with thanks and with gratitude for helping you see all that you can become, that's further than you might have even thought possible. So again, excitement, expansive action, no resistance. Allow the flow to happen, allow the abundance to flow to you, allow the wealth to accumulate, allow you to then recirculate that around the globe and around the ecosystem so that everybody gets the wins, and so that you're expanding every person that comes into your world in some way, shape, or form. And then lastly, we're going to practice every morning and every night. Are you aligned to your why? Are you living your purpose? Have you made your day epic? And so we gauge, we do our reflection in the morning, we do our solidifying for our momentum for the day, and then we close. We figure out where we listened and we took action. We found out where we didn't listen, but we really need to pivot tomorrow because we think there's so much more opportunity in that space. What do we need to move forward to? Is there a 10x move we can take the next day? Do we want to plant that seed at night before we go to bed? Because every day it's in our power and control to keep the energy up, to keep the momentum building, to plant the seeds of abundance in all areas, in health, in wealth, in family, in career, in relationships. It's all about how we approach that. It's all about how we show up. It's all about how we are in gratitude for what we are given. And it's all about inviting the next level of greatness into our life. So in closing, all things are possible, no matter where you've been in life. You matter, you can do it. And we're going to move you into a place of being able to achieve 7-figure success or aligning to your purpose to get maximum success for your business and your life. I'll share with you now a link so that you can get a free guide with regard to expanding your business and your life. And I'll invite you to be able to join a workshop where we can expound on infinite possibilities and what that means for you, your business, and your life. In closing, I would like to thank Lorna and Freedom Wealth Summit and all of the attendees for letting me share infinite possibilities for how you can live a magnificent, momentum-filled wealth and abundance future and life today. Lorna.
Oh my gosh, Rhonda. I'm sure you saw my face during the entire time you were talking. This stuff was amazing. You dropped some epic, simple points that I hope that the audience here picked up on. So I would like to ask, so thank you, Rhonda, and don't go anywhere. I would like to ask the audience, Jennifer, thank you for being so participatory in this event. And I'd like to ask the audience, what are your biggest takeaways? You sat here for almost an hour and you have listened to Jennifer. And I just love the way I set it up, right? Because you just like fit it right in. So I'd love to see in the chat, what are your biggest takeaways from what Rhonda shared with us today? What are your biggest takeaways from what Rhonda shared today? Here's the thing, guys. Couple of words that were really resonating with me because I said them first, right? And again, we didn't talk about this before coming on here, other than she sent me her deck. That was it. So it's interesting that the conversation that she brought forth today had a couple of through lines in it. And so I wanted to hear from you guys, what were your biggest takeaways? Put it in the chat. What were your biggest takeaways? Because I would love to share my takeaways. And this is not about me. This is about you and getting to the next level. You sat here with us for an hour, and I'm in such gratitude to be able to serve you in this way. And I want to hear what landed for you. And I'm going to read some of them from the audience. And I would love to see more. There's a good bunch of you on here today, and I want to hear what Rhonda landed for you. Thoughts and beliefs and experiences. I am statements. Amazing. Intentionality. Yes, Jennifer. I'm hearing your story, and I would love to hop on a call with you because you get to go, girl. You are already on your way, and you get to go. Book ending. Yes. Started in the morning, ended at night. One of the things that I use, I love, I'm old school. I might look cute, but I'm old school. I love Joseph Murphy. Love Joseph Murphy. So if any of you know Joseph Murphy, he's one of those old voices of transformation. Joseph Murphy's affirmations are epic, epic. So if you want to use the bookend that Rhonda just shared, his affirmations are so powerful because it actually tells you who you are so that you can manifest. And now when I talk about manifestation, I'm not talking about manifestation without action, because that was out of through line to what Rhonda said and what I started with, right? Rhonda talked about taking the action, and being in the mindset is the piece that you get to reset your mind around the things you already know to the things you didn't know that you're now reprogramming your mind to work for you, right? So I love that you guys are giving me the feedback now. What we think drives how we behave. Absolutely, Ted. Absolutely. So if you have been thinking a certain way, no matter how old you are, if you have been thinking a certain way up until now, you get to shift that so that you can get a different result, a different outcome. You see, we've been programmed to go to school, get a job, and retire. Okay, great. Then what's next? Right? What I heard Rhonda say, which is why I believe we're here, the impact that you get to have on other people in the world. The reason you get to be a millionaire, a billionaire, whatever you desire, or even if it's not millionaire status, whatever you want, you get to impact somebody else, right? But if you've been programmed to go to school, get a job, work, and retire, nowhere in there did it talk about anybody else, right? So yes, you get to shift how you think, Ted. And Jennifer, The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. Yes, yes, it is powerful. We get to figure out how to realign, as Rhonda shared, realign the thinking from the old pattern to the new pattern. The new pattern is actually giving the subconscious mind new information so that our actions. Have you ever seen yourself do something that you promised yourself you would never do again, and you end up doing it? Have you ever experienced that? You do something in your life, I don't care what it is, whether it's, I don't know, give me something for you, Rhonda. Something that you said, I'll never do that again. And then a couple of days later, you find yourself doing it again. You just said you would never do it again, but you ended up doing it. The reason that happens is because of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is more powerful than your conscious mind. So that's why we got to reset everything, right? So thank you so much for bringing this to the forefront, because it leads right into, I know we're almost at time, so I'm going to talk really fast about the real estate portion of this, right? If you want to become wealthy in real estate, all this stuff that I'm sharing with you, the reason why I tie it in is because when you get into a deal and things start going haywire, you got to be grounded in your mind and your intention to keep the deal together, to stay in the game, to negotiate the deal. It just doesn't happen like that, right? So these pieces that I'm bringing in, the mindset piece, it's not outside of real estate investing. Do you guys get that? It's not outside. So I wanted to bring that to the forefront. And the other piece I wanted to talk about was your why. Why would you want to invest in real estate? You got to have a clearly defined why. Rhonda just ended with it, which was perfect. Because the first piece of getting into the business is knowing why you want it. The second piece is to know where you want to invest. Do you want to invest locally? Do you want to invest in the US? Do you want to invest internationally? Do you want to invest in single family? Do you want to invest in syndication? Do you want to invest in multifamily, which is another area of syndication? Do you want to only invest in land? There are a whole plethora of different avenues that you could go into to invest in real estate. It just depends on your why, right? And then the next piece is, like, what is it going to take from you? How are you going to build a team to support you? Because you cannot do it on your own. I'm here to tell you that one. I've been doing this for 20 years, 22 years. Can't do it on your own. You get to have a team. So what's the team that you're going to build for yourself to support you? Just like life, you get to have a team in life. If it's your blood-born family or you create a family, either way, you get to have a team. Okay? And then when do you want this all to happen? When do you want this all to happen? If it hasn't happened until now, I would invite you to look at the fact that you didn't set a timeline for when it gets to happen for you. So I would say set a timeline by when you want certain things to happen. And this is what I do to support my clients, is to create that entire logistics all the way to the end. Because here's the thing, you can set a time limit for, let's say, a certain amount of money to be acquired or invested by, and then you get to the next level and do it again, and then you get to the next level, and it's steered. We're used to living our lives like this, right? But success is a step climbing process. Whether it's in real estate, whether it's in stocks, whether it's in, any other kind of investment vehicle, it's a stair climbing process, right? That's why you can't get upset if you're invested in stocks. You can't get upset if you lose in the market. You just got to invest in. Yesterday we talked about that. So if you wanted access to get the rest of the videos, yesterday we talked about investment in the life insurance space and how it actually even ties into real estate. So we talked a lot about different things yesterday, and it's all in there. So I'm excited to invite you into either a 6-month program or a year-long program with me. All you need to do right now to make sure we're fit to work together is to drop your email address in the chat to let me know that you want to have a private conversation with me to see how we can work together to get you on track for investing in real estate if you're a first timer. If you're a first timer. If you are not a first timer, still put your information in the chat because we can still get to talk, and I could show you how you can scale. How you can scale whatever investments you have right now. One of the things I want to share with you is I have a lot of resources. I have a lot of connections in this industry that can support you in doing some things that you never thought you could do because you really didn't know. You'd be surprised how many people have invested already in real estate and they don't still know a lot about what's available. There are a ton of things available for you so that you can scale. Okay, there's tax liens opportunities, there's more foreclosure opportunities, there are all kinds of things that are available, but I don't want to overwhelm you with certain things right now. So it's better if we hop on a call, let's talk about where you're at, let's talk about where you want to go, and then we'll take it from there. So put your name in the chat and then we'll connect and go over that. So I want to thank you all for being here this entire time. Over the last 3 days, I have had so much fun serving you. This is my jam. I love talking to people about their mindset. I love talking to people about their desires. I love talking to people about their goals. And most importantly, I love talking to people about their vision, because the vision is going to always guide you, no matter what. Things may fall apart, and they will. Let me just warn you. Failure is a part of the process. Remember I talked about the steps? Failure is a part of the process, and you get to get back up. And how do you get back up? It's you get surrounded by a community that's going to support you. You get a mentor, you get a coach, whoever that is, doesn't have to be me, but you do get to have that in your life. Okay, so thank you for being here all 3 days. If you're watching on the replay, let's get connected. I want to hear your feedback. That helps me to bring you content. So put it in the, if you're not a part of the Facebook group, send me a request so I can get you into the Facebook group. Go back, watch the replays, and then put in the comment section what else you want to see, what else you want to hear, so that I can get the content, get the people in there to support you on your journey. You have greatness in you, and it gets to come out, and I'm here to support you to do that. Thank you so much for being here on the Freedom Wealth Challenge, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, Jennifer, yes, I will get connected with you. Did you put your email in the chat? Is she still here?
I'll do that now, Lorna.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
Put your, yes.
Thank you so much, ladies.
You are so totally welcome. Absolutely. All right, Rhonda, is there anything else you wanted to add before we hop off? And before we hop off, let me check Facebook.
Yes, thank you. I left a link to my guide, and I have welcomed them to an Infinite Possibilities workshop. Again, both of the links are in the chat. I invite you to take advantage of the 7 figures to scaling to success guide. It will also allow you to meet with me. And again, we have an Infinite Possibilities workshop to really help you move from where you are today to your greatness into tomorrow. So I welcome you. You can reach me at CEO@GBLINNOV.com. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have, or use the links that I put in the chat, and I'll be reaching right back to you. Thank you so much again, Lorna, for the opportunity to be on your Freedom Wealth Summit. I am so grateful.
Thank you. Thank you for being here, Rhonda, and thank you for being a yes. All right. So, and you know what? I think it would be a good idea. We'll talk offline. I have something in mind. Oh, okay. Okay. Got it, Jennifer. All right. So I am going to sign off and put in the comments again your information so we can stay connected, and we'll see you on the next one. By the way, the next Freedom Wealth Challenge is at the end of July. It's at the end of July. Last week in July is the summit, and stay posted. Watch your email, and you'll get all the invitation and all the information so we can stay connected. All right. Have a great weekend, and thank you. All right, Jennifer, I'm gonna connect with you via email and then we'll hop on a call, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You are welcome. Bye-bye.